Sorry, Bumpy. Oh, here he is. Here he is. All right. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm sure some more people might come in later, but thank you for being here. If you're here, let me see who's over here. It's just Thrash at the moment. We got Brian here.
That's all we need.
we got Brian, Jesse, Drew, and John, and Steve here. I'm going by the first names today, I guess. Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate you being on Beer and Cheese Tuesday again. And for John, it's your first time. Thank you so much for coming on by and doing this. It'll be fun. So, you guys have some good looking stuff there, so I can't wait to see what the results are. Well, you want me to move it?
No.
All right. So we're gonna go. We're going to start with Brian with thrash metal, and we'll go around there to Bumpy, Miss Laniston, John, and then me. And we'll just give our scores and stuff and thoughts afterwards. And feel free to shout out your channels when you're done with your scores and stuff, too. So,
cool.
Right on, here we go.
All right. From Steamworks Brewing Company out of Durango, Colorado, we have the Colorado Coal Shale. And I thought it'd be really fun to do this beer on a cheese night, because this could pretty much go with a lot of cheeses and bring that brightness more out of the Kolsch. So what is this thing here? Let's see. It doesn't have it on it. I'd probably have to look it up, but I'll get some stats on it when it comes back around. But anyway, let's go ahead and crack this open. There's no date on the bottom, so hopefully it's good. It is. I've only had 5 others, but as a Kolsch should be, very lemon looking, very clear, effervescent. It's got the soap sud frothy soap suddy, very clean. You got that real nice clean Kolsch taste or smell with it. Let's go in for a taste. Very light on the palate. A lot of good bread notes in there. You can see all the way through that. You could use that to start a fire with the sun. Yeah, the first cheese I'm going to do is from Organic Valley. This is a kind of a mozzarella or a Monterey Jack type cheese, so this should go pretty good with the Kolsch. Very creamy cheese. Not a lot of salt in it. Very milky and smooth. Let's chase it up with the Kolsch. Very balanced. Goes very well with it. The other one I have is from Kroger, which is King Soopers brand. We got the Colby Jack, which is Monterey, and Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. So you all know this one. So it's a marble cheese. Yeah. Since it's already pre-sliced, I'd rather get like a cube off of a block. But it's a very sweet cheese. Again, it's very, very creamy. Or as Alex Beermaster says, very, very creamy. Envelops the mouth very well. And we'll chase it with the Kolsch. Actually complements that very well, but not as good as the first one. So, yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh.
All right, man. Off here. Cool, man. All right, Bumpy, it's your turn. There we go. It's beer mint. Yeah, it's beer time. It's not on your head anymore.
That's cool. I don't mind anyways. It's beer time with Beer Man. So I chose to do a beer that I figured would go well with the name of the cheese. I'm not so sure anymore, because as I opened up the cheese package and was cutting the cheese, Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later on. I even had the wife smell it without telling her what I was smelling, and she nailed it exactly. So it is the aroma of the cheese. But the beer that I have is from Throwback Brewery. They're out of, I believe it's Northampton. Might just be Hampton. It doesn't really matter. They're out of New Hampshire, the Hamptons, New Hampshire. And this is their spicy Bohemian. It's a Bohemian Pilsner with jalapenos, or as Anelli would say, jalapenos. Jalapenos. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that one up. Thank you for the correction. I have had this one before, and I really enjoyed it because I like spicy stuff. And this brings the spice, and it also brings the nice flavors of the jalapenos along with it. So the cheese that I'm going to be pairing this with is Pilchern Estate. It's an England cheesery, I guess. But I had their black truffle cheddar cheese before, and that was like one of my favorite cheeses. So I wanted to try this one. This is their caramelized onion cheddar cheese.
God, that sounds good.
So, and that's what the cheese looks like. I sliced it up, but I mean, you can see like little chunks of onion or whatever else is in there, but it's kind of got this weird coloration to it. We'll get to that, and I'll talk about the aromas. I haven't tasted it yet. We'll talk about the aromas right after these messages. So with the spicy Bohemian Pilsner, it has that nice tight white bubbled head. It is very hay colored, very clear. It looks the part. The aromas on this. Oh, it's straight up jalapeno. First thing that hits me, and it's nice. There's like a little bit of a spice note, but you're actually smelling like fresh, like you just took a jalapeno pepper fresh out of the garden and you cut it up. It smells just like that, and they actually use New Hampshire grown jalapenos, so they are actually fresh
Nice.
jalapenos that they use in it, and it smells just like that. It's a beautiful smelling beer. The aromas, the flavors. Cheers. First one.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Straight up, you get hit with that jalapeno pepper flavor without the spiciness at first, and then you get hit with the heat. The heat builds on this one. This is a pretty spicy beer. There's a little bit of like an herbal bitterness that shows up till end but the spiciness just overtakes, and it's still building, and I can feel it. And this is only a 4.8% ABV as well. Didn't mention that. So there is a heat and a warming in my chest, but it's not from the alcohol. It's straight up jalapeno, and these are some spicy jalapenos.
Oh, I thought John was doing that too.
Whew. It's good.
That's crazy how you're getting the heat.
See, that's the kind of beer I've been looking for.
Like this tastes like a if you're eating a jalapeno and you're getting the actually I think I'm sweating a little bit.
Wow.
It's got the flavors of the jalapeno and the heat too. So it's just all around. It's good.
Wow.
Oh,
Slugged you in the gut.
I'm trying to pick up on the other notes in this. A little bit of the jalapenos are strong. So real quick, you do get a little bit of like a kind of crackery, but like a rich, not a Ritz, but a rich cracker flavor. Good like Pilsner malt notes shining through on this one. Probably like Germanic Pilsner malt in this. So a pretty strong cracker. It's not weak at all. And then it's all jalapeno from there. But I mean, you get the whole jalapeno.
It's a light beer too, so
it's a light beer, and it's crisp. I've had this one before, and I do believe I said this is an excellent beer, and I do recommend it. And it's the same. I do recommend this, especially if you like spicy. It's a potent jalapeno in this one. Jalapenos sometimes you get jalapenos and not that spicy. This one is spicy. The cheese itself, like first sniff of the cheese, first thing that hit my mind was French onion dip. It smells like French onion dip.
Cool.
And I'm like, it kind of has a like cream cheese smell to it too. So there's like a little bit of like a cream cheese kind of has like a weird sourness smell to it. So it's like French onion dip, a little bit of like cream cheese sourness in the aromas. And that's what this cheese smells like. The taste of this and how it feels in the mouth. Well, let's go after the mouthfeel. At first, it seems a little bit, it's kind of sticky and wet, but it does dry out as I'm chewing it, and it does dry out my palate. So there's that. It tastes like friggin' French onion dip. It's just like taking a spoonful of French onion dip and eating it, but it has like a different texture. Wow. This would go great with like tortilla chips or crackers. I like this second cheese I've had from this company, and like I said, the black truffle cheese, that was awesome. The black truffle one was a little bit drier with their aged cheddar. This one has a little bit more moisture to it, but it's straight. If you like French onion dip, you're gonna love this cheese. Perfect. Now, here's the part that I'm worried about now. Is actually trying to peel these up.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are the toilets that Bumpy has to sit on later on.
Yeah, right.
It's not bad, actually. The cheese is cutting out the heat from the beer, from the jalapeno in the beer. So you're kind of just left with just the jalapeno flavor. So kind of like a weak salsa. And then I'm still getting the French onion flavor through the cheese, even with drinking the beer. So it's like French onion dip with mild jalapeno sliced up or diced up in it. It works. Amazing. It's amazing. This like cuts out the heat, so it's easier to drink the beer. I guess it still has all the other good flavors from the beer, and you still get a lot of this cheese coming through in the flavor as well. Yeah,
nice.
It actually was a good pairing.
Awesome. Kind of smothered the fire.
Oh,
smothered the fire a bit. Yeah, that's cool. Nice, man.
Will help with the sphincter later.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to go there.
Ice on the hole.
Thanks so far. Both of you guys have been good, man. Great reviews. Good stuff you got there. So thank you. All right, miscellaneous. It is your turn, bro.
All right, guys. So I've got something here by the brewery. It's called White Chocolate. 14.8%. I'll give you a little backstory and pull up the Beer Advocate about how they make this and what exactly it is. The primary component of our white oak ale is 100% barrel-aged wheat wine. We affectionately refer to as white oak sap. Essentially a summer barley wine style ale, but made with a wheat heavy grain base. White oak sap is aged in used bourbon barrels for nearly a year and comes with our rich flavors of coconut, honey, caramel, and vanilla to complement the already rich flavors of the beer. We've also added cacao nibs and vanilla beans, hence the name White Chocolate. This was pretty spendy. I spent $16 on this. They had the 750 milliliter, the big bottle. It was like $32 before taxes. Haven't had this. Had some good beers from the brewery. I don't know, man. I like to splurge every once in a while. I haven't seen this. Piqued my interest. So, anyways, let's go ahead and check it out.
Oh, it's light.
It's a pretty beer.
Yeah. Almighty, what's up?
Nice, good pour.
Yeah, there's it's got a really nice color to it. Light golden, amber. There's a lot of bubbles going on in there. Very fast, small rising bubbles. Man, I'm catching whiffs off this beer already. Head is gone. Sorry, spoke for 2 seconds. Wow, this smells really good. Usually with these higher alcohol, the barrel age, it's that barrel is very, very dominant on the nose. It's nice and light. It's got musty chocolate. Definitely getting some vanilla smells coming out of this. Not really sure what to expect. I think this is the first wheat wine I've ever had. So, cheers. Very effervescent, man. This thing.
Cheers.
It's very sweet. Definitely malt forward for sure. Definitely getting some roasty bread notes. Caramel, vanilla is now starting to come out. That's resting on the palate. I don't know if white chocolate should actually ever go into a beer. It's technically not even chocolate, but I mean, you get a little pronounced chocolate flavor, but it's off. I don't know. Not necessarily in a bad way. Definitely a good beer. Good mouthfeel, medium to full body beer. I like it. It's pretty good. All right, so for my cheese, I've got some Boar's Head, smoked Beechwood, Wisconsin cheddar. Oh, yeah. Block here. Cut me up some cheese. So right off the get-go, this cheese is very, very heavily smoked. As soon as I cut it open, it was like overwhelming. But I know it goes good with the cheddar, so let's try the cheese. It's a very, very moist cheese. It's not a dry cheddar. The smokiness is way lighter in the flavor than the smell, for sure, because it is like pungent. Like if you were out smoking food all day and you came inside and you smelled your clothes the next day, that's what that thing smells like. Like you were barbecuing all day. Really good though, creamy, very flavorful. Not too sharp. All right. So thoughts, cheese with the beer. Cheese brought out more of the barrel taste in it. Brought out a lot more of the alcohol notes. It's a lot warmer going down now. Um, Actually, it's good. It goes well together. I wouldn't say that it doesn't work. Everybody's palate's different, but not too shabby. I mean, pretty good. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Cheers to cheese and beers.
Yeah, man.
And John and Hill.
Chocolate with the cheddar. No, that sounds weird. Right on. John, it's your turn.
All right. Well, thanks for letting me join my first ever Tuesday beer and cheese pairing here.
Anytime.
So I don't have anything fancy. I probably have the least exquisite of all of the offerings so far. I just went with a classic malt liquor that I've never seen in a bottle before, in a 40-ounce bottle. So I picked up a 40-ounce bottle of Schlitz original malt liquor. Anybody that doesn't know what a malt liquor is, it's pretty much just a stronger lager. It's 5.9%, so this is pretty much just a standard lager beer. I've had it many times over the years, never in the 40-ounce glass bottle, though, so I'm very excited about that, which is why I'm not going to pour it into a glass. I'm going to drink it right out of the glass that it's already in. For anybody who may be wondering what malt liquor looks like, it's a deep golden color, nice streaming bubbles going up the glass. It's nice and effervescent, carbonated. The aroma, very malt forward as you would expect with a malt liquor. I'm almost getting like a little bit of a Euro lager thing with this, like some grassy hop notes, which is kind of strange, but I've never had Schlitz out of the bottle before, so maybe it has something to do with this big bottle. It smells really good. Just a pretty standard lager, though. I mean, if you're into, the macro lagers, this is kind of like just a little bit more concentrated version of those types of flavors in this beer. So the flavor with this, malt forward, nice white bread crust notes in the middle of the sip, a little bit of a hop bite on the finish to balance it out. The body at 5.9% is relatively light. The carbonation is on the medium side. This is a really highly drinkable malt liquor. One of the best ones on the market, in my opinion. Love the label as well, that very assertive bull standing in front of the brick wall. It means business. And this is a good malt liquor. I've enjoyed this throughout the years. That nice little hop bite with this is kind of catching me off guard. This tastes like a super fresh bottle. It is a brown bottle. I don't see a date on it, but if I had to guess, I would say this is probably one of the freshest Schlitz malt liquors I've ever had. It tastes super fresh. Easy drinking, though, so I think it's going to pair very well with this cheese. I've been eating the cheese the whole time since you started the live stream, so my plate doesn't really look very pretty anymore. But what I've got is some sliced Sargento fresh Assaggio cheese. If you've never had Assaggio cheese, it's kind of like Parmesan cheese. It's just a little less salty, a little less sharp, and a little bit more moisture. So these cheese slices, which I have kind of sliced up, a lot of moisture to them, much like a mozzarella, just from the feel of it. And what I did to spice it up a little bit, which I thought would pair well with the beer, because Schlitz is a very light, refreshing beer, relatively speaking, especially for a malt liquor. So I wanted to add a little bit of heat to the cheese because Assaggio cheese is very mild. So what I did was I put a drop of Marie Sharp's original habanero pepper sauce on each little piece of the Assaggio cheese. And the aroma, you get that little bit of like a Parmesan. It kind of smells similar to Parmesan. Just not quite as pungent. But mostly what I'm getting is that habanero pepper sauce that I put on top of the cheese. Habanero peppers are one of my favorite peppers. Yes, they're hot, but they're full of flavor as well. They have such a great flavor. And this sauce, the Marie Sharp's, is not too hot. I've had it many times. They put carrots and, they kind of tame it a little bit while maintaining the flavor of the habanero, which is what I really like about this sauce. So let's go ahead and get in, taste this. It's a match made in heaven. The cheese is so mild, slightly salty, a perfect conduit for the hot sauce to really shine. And the fact that the habaneros, you get all the flavor with this hot sauce, but it's not one of those sauces like Dave's Insanity or something that's trying to, burn your rectum. It's a really good burn your mouth and then your rectum later, I guess, when it comes out. This is a very, very good habanero pepper sauce that just really accentuates the flavor of the habanero pepper without being overbearingly hot, which I really like. So let me get one more bite here, and then I'll see how it goes with the beer. Yeah, it's a winner. Really, really good with that hot sauce. Asagio cheese is good by itself, but when you put that little bit of heat on it, it really amps up the flavor. And with a beer like this, or Budweiser, Coors, Miller Lite, Miller High Life, any standard beer that's going to refresh your palate, that doesn't have anything really that's going to interfere with the heat of this. It's just kind of like a palate cleanser. And yeah, washes it down beautifully. That little bit of heat that you get from the hot sauce on the cheese, it just kind of washes down, refreshes your palate, and you're ready to go back in for another bite of hot sauce covered cheese. So, a really good pairing. Thanks to Beer Man for letting me join. I'm glad to finally be here. I know I've been saying that I've wanted to join for a while, which I have. I've just been very busy at work, and I've been going to bed early during the week. So thank you very much. I'm very happy that I got to join, and I'm freaking loving this combo. So cheers, everybody.
Yeah,
Cheese ears.
We're glad you're here. Come on by when you can, man.
Label out.
Cheers to the chat, man. We got a great chat right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, man. It's been fun.
Well, if I knew you were going to be adding hot sauce, maybe you should do like a porter or stout with it and just see.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I don't care. You're going to give another beer. It's all you. What you gonna do? All right. You want to do that? Do you have a porter to try with it, or no?
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry. Yeah. I was looking at Ronnie's comment in the chat. Says John always shows off. I'm like, how am I showing off? I'm drinking the cheapest beer with the cheapest cheese and hot sauce. Like, I have the worst the worst selection on the panel. How am I showing off? I can get another beer. You want me to get something else to see if it?
If you
want to make a round, and then if we do a chit chat, do a speed round.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just I got a whole shitload of beer to drink here. Let me finish this first.
It's all good, man. It's all good, bro. All right, all right. Here we go. Oh shit! It's my turn. Hold on. Let me shit. So, Psycho Ducky, thanks.
Ducky, yeah, man.
Right on, bro. All right. Oh, that's great. Good to have you here, man. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate it, man. It's awesome. So, I got one from Hair of the Dog. They're out of Portland, Oregon. Their food, I've talked about them before. They've got a really good Reuben with that marbled
the marble rye.
That rye bread. Oh man, it's so
the
good.
pumpernickel rye mix.
Rye. Oh, it's so good. But they have, amongst other food, they have really good beer as well. But I found a barley wine, and I went back to a cheese. I'll go over the cheese, but I went back to the cheese that I had tried, I think even a couple times, just to see what it would be good with. But this one I did a little more research. Sorry, I kind of cheated. But I found a barley wine. It's an 11.5% barley wine. They're all all their beers are bottle conditioned, and they're all about their dog. Like they have a cool. This was like a Christmas one. It's hard to see him. He's like a bulldog, but it's their beers are really good, and they're named after names like Alan or Jeff or whatever. What's the name of this? Oh, this one's called Doggy Claws. But let's go ahead and get this one going first. I don't see a date or anything. It has been in there a while, but I imagine it's probably okay to store these a little longer on the shelf, being a little higher percentage. They're probably okay, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a barley
Especially,
wine.
yeah, it's a darker beer, so it should last for years.
Wow, this looks like a fresh, dry, dyed brown beard or something. Like it's hardcore stark looking. Like it's like, ugh. Like it just looks. It looks swampy, and there's no head. Like nothing. Weird, watery head.
It just smells so sweet from here.
Smells like caramels, malts, toffee. A little bitterness, floral bitterness in the back. Kind of a little slight floral bitterness in there. Little, maybe a dark fruit or something. Like I'm getting maybe a little plum or something. I don't know. It's weird. Figs or some. There's some kind of dark fruit going on. It's very hazy, very dull, swampy, hazy. Can't see through it. It's really got a lot of stuff floating around in there. It's a dark caramel looking color, and it's got a watery, sooty, soapy head. No head. It's kind of sooty on the top, but nothing going on. It's like barely any carbonation. And you can see a little leg line around the top there above it all. It's kind of pushing down like the sweet sugariness or something. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, it's so flat.
Disappointing.
It tastes like toffee. It's got toffee, like kind of a butterscotch toffee. It's spicy. It's got a spicy alcohol on the tongue and in the back. It's not very boozy. It's just you could taste like it's like spicy. Like someone put black peppers on my tongue.
Huh.
Good cheese can fix that.
It tastes foul. This is gonna go good. It's making my eyes water. It tastes like it tastes like butterscotch or something, like butterscotch butterscotch what's those little chocolate things? No, the little things to make like butterscotch chip cookies, like chocolate
the little chips.
Cookies, but they're the butterscotch ones.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like that consistency, like a weird, I don't know, this is weird, man. I don't think this is right. It's burning my lips.
It's probably just the alcohol.
Oh, god damn. Amagorg. I'm getting drunk already, man. This is Amagorg. Gorgonzola. It was aged in a cave. And handmade and cave aged in the Swiss Valley.
This is gonna be fun watching you open it.
It's a blue cheese. Oh, I opened it.
Oh, you opened it. Okay, that's good.
It's a blue cheese, and I thought that would be pungent and good with something barley wine like. And I've never had a barley wine like this, so flat. Something's wrong. Let's go ahead and eat the cheese.
Well, hopefully you don't blow cheese. Eating the blue cheese.
This smells like a rotted fish.
He's got dinner for tonight.
Foot rotted.
In some countries, that's a delicacy, so we're good.
Very strong, very potent, very, very, very strong. It smells like a butt crack that hadn't been washed in about a week and a half or 2 weeks, maybe. I don't know. I'm not right on my timing there because I've never had an unwashed butt crack, but it's just I can see the slimy sludge from a butt crack that hasn't been washed and pulling your finger out of it. It smells like that. So
it's like surfing overseas.
So let's put it in my mouth.
I hope it tastes better than a slimy butt crack.
Well, it's got a Desitin taste to it now, and
it's really salty. it's really pasty in the mouth. It's got a very herbal and grassy, like weird flavor. It's very like I don't know where to go with this. Like basil or something. Like it's got this weird like herbaceous kind of like weirdness, funk, like footy, funky saltiness, but it's really pungent and really strong. It's gonna need something to really work with this. Let's see how this works.
Good luck,
A
man.
bad beer with
Sometimes,
a fucking great blue cheese, actually.
Wasn't it last week you had to go grab your trash can?
that was
Maybe.
Friday.
Yeah, was it? Okay. Good luck,
Don't
man.
mix beer with your
You know,
milk, yo.
if this was
Oh,
carbonated,
yeah.
it would taste better.
You got any seltzer water? You could just go. You could spruce it up with a little seltzer water, maybe.
Well, and like it immediately throws alcohol up my nose and in my mouth. Like it's straight up just alcohol and watery base, like weird funkiness. But it goes well with the blue cheese. If it was carbonated and more lifted, like sizzly and stuff, to where I can like actually get some flavors lifted up in my mouth, that cheese would go better with it. But it goes good with it even flat. Hold on, man. Let's see real quick. I mean, it doesn't take much. This cheese is like so strong. No wonder why it's like $8 for a small little triangle like that. Fuck.
It's good your flavor saver is saving some for later.
Yeah, you got a little in the beard there, Holmes.
That rhyme. Oh no, you spilled some beer too.
Yeah. The toffee and the caramel flavors kind of blend in with the blue cheese, and it kind of rids off. You're getting more of the alcohol heat with the blue cheese. So now you're tasting this alcohol-filled blue cheese with a slight caramel feel to it and a slight bitterness from the hops. It's just a bad beer with a good cheese. I mean, you gotta like blue cheese to really, I guess, to say that it's good cheese. You're right. I like blue cheese personally. I think it's a great blue cheese. So, right on. That was crazy. I didn't expect that beer to be like that, but I'm happy. It was fun. So, thanks, John. I appreciate it, John. Man, you the coolest.
He's sucking up now. Brownie points.
These guys.
Brownie
I
points.
try to do it
points
for
for the
everybody
butt crack
first
cheese.
time if I can. I like to be supportive in people's. Well, it's my first time. So
That was very
I
nice.
just
Yeah, I appreciate you for supporting Multi Monday last night as well, John. Thank you.
well,
Oh yeah, dude.
right. I guess. Well, you don't have super chat. If you had
No,
super
you
chat, I would.
supported. You supported by joining.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for putting up with
Your
me
presence
after-
brings viewership. So that's supporting.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
When you guys all get super chat, I'll be right there, just throwing money at you like a hooker. Well, just.
Even when when I dropped my glass, that's when you tipped me, right? You just thought it was funny and felt bad for me. Give me $5.
No, I thought that was a really good breakdown and review. Well, talking about the blue cheese, though, I thought you were going to say it was terrible, but you're like, this is a really fucking good blue cheese. After you called it slimy butt crack aroma, I was expecting the worst, but
yeah, I mean, I don't like slimy butt cracks, but I've had some good blue cheeses, and this is amongst a good. This is a powerful, shocking blue cheese. So, I just wish the beer was better. That was fucked up. I'm a little upset about that one, but anyway, cool. It got me all shrilly though, dude. That beer got me really lifted right now. I was like, hey, man. All right.
what was the ABV on the beer again? Like 11.8 or 11? What was it?
I hear you, man.
11.5. And it was like drinking a shot of it. It wasn't like any beer in it. It was just alcohol and water.
Open up your mouth and you can feel it evaporate off your tongue. You know,
Barley wines ain't nothing to F with.
No, they're
nice.
All right, man. So Brian, what's up, man? What'd you think of everything? What'd you think of what's your scores and stuff? And feel free to shout out everything too at the end. So.
With the Colby Jack, that one didn't score as high as the Kolsch with. I think this is more Munster. The Munster goes really good with the Kolsch, I'm telling you. But the Colby Jack, that probably scored an 88 with the Kolsch. But with this and the Kolsch, it scored pretty high. The creaminess of the cheese, just the brightness of the cheese and the brightness of the Kolsch really shook hands very well between the two, which was great. Yeah, there's nothing negative to say about it. I think the only cheese that would probably do better with a Kolsch for my palate would probably be like a Brie. That would go pretty good as well because it's very lightly salted, just like this is. But it's a more creamier type of cheese. Brie is very creamy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kolsch just really kind of, it gives it stilts. It lifts it up. So, and the Kolsch having that little fruitiness in there really complements the cheese. The cheese complements it. And I'll give this probably a 95.
Awesome. That's great.
Awesome.
Brie,
man, Brie is one. I haven't had Brie in a while. Brie is one of my favorite cheeses, but that sounds good. You get a beer like a Kolsch is a pretty dry finishing beer. So if you have a creamier cheese that's got not quite as dry, and then you wash it down with the super dry finishing beer, dude, that sounds awesome. I might have to do that.
It's kind of champagne-y, in a way.
I knew a girl named Brie once.
Yeah.
Only her cheese smelled like butt crack.
Oh,
I already knew that was coming.
That's where I smelled that from.
It was linty butt crack.
Drew's learning real quick.
You took the words from my mouth.
Jeez.
She could have been a Bumpy's good friend. I didn't want to say anything foul.
All right, Bumpy, you're next, man.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to give a little side story on this beer because this beer is very, very good. And I highly recommend it to anybody that likes hot. If you're a hothead, you'll love this beer. So Spicy Bohemian is a crisp and refreshing Bohemian Pilsner, dry hopped with roasted New Hampshire jalapenos. Is it spicy? Yes, it is. Trust me. but it is a nicely balanced way. This beer has a wonderfully inviting peppery aroma, great jalapeno flavor, and a bit of lingering heat. A fan favorite. It truly is. This beer I give a 99 out of 100.
Wow.
If you're into actually tasting peppers,
Okay,
if you use some type of jalapenos and you want the flavor and you want the heat, this beer brings it, and it brings it in a nice way. It's well done. It's a well-made beer from back.
Thank you, man.
Now, pairing suggestions, it does say any type of Mexican food, sushi, pizza, white fish, and many types of hard cheese.
Hard?
This cheese isn't really hard. It's got a little bit of a drying effect, but it does have that kind of moist, sticky factor to it. As you chew it, it dries out the palate, but it does stick to everything you can find.
So you're telling me that cheese is moist and hard?
It's got a drying. It's got a drying to it. Moist and hard and moist.
Hard and moist.
The cheese itself. All right, full flavor. You love French onion dip. this is exactly, it's French onion dip. Now, the problem that I have with this cheese is it's French onion dip. It doesn't taste enough like actual cheese. If I want French onion dip, I'm going to go buy some hell of a good French onion dip and dip my shit in it.
Shout out to hell of a good.
But this is it's still really good flavor. I mean, if you like French onion dip, you're gonna really like this cheese. But yeah, as for me, as far as the cheese goes, I want more cheese. I want more cheese.
Just feel sorry for your wife in a few hours.
I'm gonna give the cheese a 90 out of 100.
That's a great score.
And then the pairing together, they just, like I said, the cheese kind of matched. It took down the hot notes from the beer. It brought out more of the jalapeno flavor, but it mixed in with that French onion dip flavor from the cheese. So it was like slicing up jalapenos and putting it in your French onion dip. So together they make something that's spectacular. But I'm going to give the pairing a 95 out of 100.
Excellent score, man. Awesome.
Nice.
That's really awesome. Hell yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah. Fucking A. Oh, I said 2 efforts in a row.
God, that happens.
I'd say another one.
Still small, medium, fast rising bubbles coming out of this thing. It's like very much alive in there. I'm surprised myself. The warmer that this has got, the nose has changed completely. Definitely getting a lot more chocolate aromas, but it doesn't smell like a milk chocolate or dark chocolate. It does put off that white chocolate smell. It's white chocolate, whatever. Not real chocolate, but
what's white chocolate exactly? Has it got vanilla?
I can't remember. It's some fabricated thing. It's not real. I don't remember exactly what it is offhand, but it's not.
White chocolate, I believe, is basically like natural and artificial vanilla flavors and other ingredient. That's the main flavor, kind of like a marshmallow,
cocoa butter.
White. It's similar ingredients. There's like vanillin and there's like ingredients in there that are not really much of anything, but the flavors are mostly vanilla that they're trying to emulate with the white chocolate.
All right. White chocolate is made with a blend of sugars, cocoa butter, and milk products, vanilla, and fatty substance called lecithin.
Lychee.
Yeah, lecithin. And technically, white chocolate is not a chocolate. It does not really taste like one because it does not contain chocolate solids.
Oh, I don't mean to. I don't mean to interrupt you so much, but I was trying to think of like how they do white stouts. You know, it's just crazy how you can get that stout flavor, you know, in a clear beer, in a redder looking beer. You know,
it's all cocoa nibs.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So the barrel notes have definitely died down.
Cool. Sorry, go ahead.
I really didn't get a lot of coconut out of this. I don't know. It could just be me, but definitely chocolate. The beer by itself, first off, in my opinion, not worth what I paid for it. Should be, I don't know, maybe $10. Seems a little bit more fair to me. Doesn't live up to the $16 for a 16-ounce can. $1 an ounce there
for one can.
Yeah, but it's barrel aged and it's like 14.8%. You realize, miscellaneous, I can't even buy that beer in my state because we can't get anything over 14%. So you should feel damn lucky that you can buy that in your state.
Not the strongest beer that I've ever had, but it's pretty good. You know, other than the fact of the price, very different to have a wheat based barrel aged type of beer. I like it. It's not bad. Would I buy it again? Yes. If it was cheaper, absolutely. I don't think I would go spend this money for that. So It's good if you want to try it and you got a little extra cash in your pocket. Buy the can, don't buy the big ass bottle because you might not like it. But pretty good. I would score this at a 93 out of 100. It was good. It hit on a lot of the notes that it said it was going to. Very, very tasty, flavorful, and definitely a good one to kick off the evening. Definitely can do the job. So
that'll get you rolling really good with that. Hell yeah.
I had the same thing like Beer Man said. I had there's no head, I have no legs. It's gone. Boom. In the blink of an eye.
But it tastes better than mine, I'm sure. God damn.
Yes. Your reaction leads me to believe that this tastes better than what you have. The cheese by itself was it's good. If you like a heavily smoked style cheese, I know they use a lot of beechwood when they like smoke bacon and stuff. So I'm getting when you smell like raw smoked bacon, it kind of puts off of that. So you kind of get like bacony notes out of the cheese, but there's actually no bacon in the cheese. So the cheese, I would score that 100. I really like that. That's good cheese.
Wow.
Well,
I don't
good.
care who you are.
Now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to ask you. Budweiser uses beechwood chips to carbonate their beer. Is there any hint of Budweiser in your cheese?
No, that's absolutely not.
All right. Good.
Yeah, that would have definitely killed the cheese. Anheuser-Busch doesn't own Boar's Head now, do they?
And the Radio Star.
No.
Christ. We'd be in serious problems now. Together, though, I'll give it a score of 90. Like I said, the cheese kind of nullified some of that sweet vanillas and the chocolate toffee caramel flavors I was getting out of this, and made it a little bit more boozier and brought the barrel taste out of it a little bit more, which was nice. Because it's not, like I said, for as strong as this is, and they say they let it sit in there for a year, it is not really that like punch in the face with the barrel age, which a lot of them can be. So, cheers.
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 Well, you guys are more happier than I am, so I'm happy about my cheese.
I spent probably the least amount of money with all that. Like $2 for a 40 ounce of the Schlitz malt liquor, $1.69 for the hot
sauce. This is for Bumpy,
right?
Oh, that is definitely a bumpy chunk.
And then the cheese, man. This Sargento cheese, I got 10 slices for like $3-something. This is good stuff. So the cheese, let's see. Let's talk about the beer. So the Schlitz malt liquor, the Blue Bull, it's a classic malt liquor. If you like regular lager beers, you're probably going to like this. It's got a little bit more flavor than most regular old beers, 5.9%, decent enough percentage of alcohol. This is a really fresh bottle. I was able to find the date on it, and it is only 3.5 weeks old, actually.
Nice.
Which is probably one of the freshest.
That's pretty fresh.
It's kind of crazy because I was drinking a beer earlier off air with some of these guys, and I had another beer from a craft brewery that was 3.5 weeks old. So I'm getting fresh beer now. I really love it, especially for the Pabst brands like this. You usually don't get beers that fresh. So really good. Probably. For a malt liquor, it's probably a 95. Overall, probably an 85. So split the difference. Let's just say this is a 90 out of 100. The cheese and hot sauce pairing with the habanero hot sauce from Marie Sharp's and the fresh Usasio cheese, probably like a 97 out of 100. So the beer and the food pairing, let's just say it's a solid 95 out of 100 for the pairing. The beer cools off the heat from the hot sauce and doesn't add any weird flavors that mess up the cheese. It's a really good combo. I'd say 95 out of 100 for the pairing.
That's crazy. That's cool though. That's good. That makes me almost want to go get some malt liquor and like do it. Some malt liquor,
Do it. Go for it.
I might have to. Cool, man. No, I did a little like testing and stuff and figuring it out and stuff like that. But my cheese is 100. It's a 5. I mean, it's 100. It's straight up great blue cheese, cave aged. I mean, hell yeah, I believe it. It definitely tasted like cave. No, but I'm just kidding. No, it was really good though.
Tasted like straight up cave, man.
This beer, I found out it has the age on the bottle, so it is fuck, what is it? 121.19, so it's a year old, which isn't terrible for something I thought 11.5% should have some time to age. I don't know. I don't know what happened to this beer. I'm gonna write the company and see if I can.
Was there a hiss when you opened the beer? Was there like a little bit of a hiss, or do you think maybe that the bottle cap was like damaged to where the carbonation leaked out or something?
I'm wanting to say it didn't have a full, like it wasn't on there all the way. So I don't know. It had like a small but it wasn't. It was more like a. It wasn't. It wasn't a. It was really.
I don't recall hearing that either.
All cheese. Nice well-aged Pepto-Bismol.
But the beer, I'm sure the beer would taste good fresh if it was covered better. But for this one, it's getting a freaking 50 or less. But I'm trying to be nice. The cheese 100, so we can average it at about 70 or something like that. I did try it with this IPA with the cheese with this one from Sierra Nevada. It's their new 40, whatever the hell, limited edition 40, and that
40-year anniversary.
40-year anniversary.
40-year anniversary. It tasted really, really good with that bitter hoppiness on that pungent cheese. Exactly like the heated beer in your cheese. I mean, it's like it fucking went well together. So I don't know. It's weird. So
I definitely think would be one to come back to. Maybe let shit settle for like 6 months, find another one, try it again.
Get another one of these. Yeah, I'll go to the brewery and be like, "Hey, this sucked. Give me a free 6."
There you go.
Dick, but that was no good.
Growler now.
Put the cap on quick too. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Got people to meet.
Yeah.
Hey, can I talk to the capper in charge?
For real. God dang, man. Well, cool, man. Let's see.
Thanks for having us, man.
Oh, dude, no problem. Thank you for being here, guys. Damn. Again, always, you're always welcome. So,
you know what beer would go great with your blue cheese?
Oh yeah,
that goes good with almost anything.
I've
eaten a lot of food. I've cooked a lot of barbecues. I've drank a lot of that.
Well, I'm gonna dive into my survival beers soon, just because I feel like it. I don't know. I've got like 3 different kinds. I forgot what I had already. One of them's Rolling Rock. That was a good deal, but man, beer is so much cheaper when you buy the other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
You have to buy that every once in a while just to, something that you can afford, and it kind of cleanses the palate between the crafty stuff. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I buy it for Willie Kepley's channel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ornaments.
Yeah. Dude,
I'm gonna try to do everything. Guys, I've been really I feel bad. I haven't been able to join a lot of the streams, but I joined Multi Monday. I got tonight. If you're doing your jerky thing tomorrow, I'm gonna try to. I'll join that
Thursday.
as well. Or
Thursday.
That's Thursday. Oh, Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow's Wild Card Wednesday, and then Thursday on your channel is the jerky. Is that going to interfere, or how does that work with the beer thing that William's doing? Is that after his? Or
It's
or is
after
that-
William. Will does his around 7, I think, 7:30
4. So
Okay.
4
Eastern
Oh, yeah.
and
Standard
it's
Time.
that's the one, that's the consolation bracket, right? The Miller High Life and Budweiser.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
Miller
Sorry,
High Life
I'm not trying to
and
get them off
Budweiser.
track. I'm just trying to make sure I got all my.
So yeah, it will
quart-
kind
in a
of
row.
run into Beerman's Beer and Jerky, because you start that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We usually run an hour long if we do the jerky, and then like we have
Unless
people
you're, like,
jump in
rapping.
halfway through.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good window. I came across some jerky. I was actually could get some different stuff, so I'm excited about that
That's
for
still
once.
really, so, yeah.
There's some stuff I found that hopefully I'll be able to join. I've got the I won't give you the brand, but I'll give you, if you've never had, and a lot of different companies make a version of this, Korean barbecue beef jerky.
Oh yeah.
Some of the best beef.
I had some of that by Carnivore Candy, and it was a really good jerky.
It's a good season.
Yeah.
Flavor. Yeah. The so I do what I do on Coors versus PBR on Thursday. Yeah. Awesome. I do like Wednesday. I started doing a Wednesday where I go and build a recipe for a brew day. I'm not able to brew beer right now, of course, so I'm trying to get familiar with Beersmith, and so I spend the time, a good hour or so, doing a review of the beer that I actually build, and then so I'll go over the style, then I'll build the recipe on a screen share, and then I'll go and do a beer review afterwards and end it. And it's usually just me.
Are you not able?
But
I like that show. It's cool, man, because I literally just got all the rest of my parts in today, and I'm ready to fucking rock and roll. I got my stout kit should be here tomorrow, and my IPA should be here Thursday. So,
Woohoo, man.
be
Dang.
all set up. Be looking out for that. I'm probably gonna do a live brew day type of deal thing.
Heck
that'd be
yeah.
fun to see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Into play,
Yeah,
man.
my what was it, the Hop Spider came today. I got my hydrometer, which was
Nice.
cool. I was kind of nervous about that, but it came. It's got like a conversion chart in there and it tells me how to read it,
Sweet.
so I don't have to do a lot of math because that's
Usually there's a lot of tools online too.
Yeah.
so,
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, Beer Man, I'm going to have to drop off. I just wanted to say, hey, thank you very much. It's fun hanging out with John and Bumpy and Magnets and all you guys. It's a blast, and
Nice.
saying hey to the chat. You guys rock as always.
Oh yeah, man.
All Ronnie and Drunken
man.
One out there right now.
I'll probably have to end it here soon anyway, but I could probably end it now actually. But here I'll go ahead and end it. Hey chat, thank you very much, chat. We love you so much, and thank you so much for your support. And thank you, panel. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Much love to you guys. Thank you for your awesome donations as well. And just thank you for your love and for your friendship. So right on, you guys. Cheers.
cheers.
Before we go, Ronnie S., if you're still there, Ronnie S., it's not Coors versus PBR. That's the final.
Right.
It's Miller High Life versus Budweiser. For the
High Life wins by a landslide, in my opinion, but
Right.
that's just me.
that's for the
High Life.
third place. Third place.
But
Say no. Don't
All right,
bring
guys.
around here.
around here likes PBR. All right, guys. Cheers.
I like
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.